So today we're going to be talking about the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane is just simply something that we are going to graph with. So the coordinate plane is divided into four different sections by the axes. The x-axis is the horizontal axis, which means it goes from left to right. The y-axis is the vertical axis, and it goes up and down. So a couple things to note that the x-axis, the positive direction, is going to be the right. That means the negative direction is going to be the left. The positive y-axis is going to be up. The negative y-axis is going to be down. Right? So essentially, we have two number lines that are put together, one horizontal and one vertical. So right is positive, left is negative. Again, up is positive, down is negative. So we have names for each one of these quadrants. So we start in the positive quadrant in the top right, and that is going to be the first quadrant. And when we do this, we list it with Roman numerals. So the first quadrant is there, and every single point in this quadrant is a positive number followed by a positive number. Right? When we'll talk about coordinates here in a second. The second quadrant is the top left. Notice we start in the top right and we go counterclockwise around. The third quadrant is the bottom left. The fourth quadrant is the bottom right. There's a special point, which is where the two axes intersect, and we call that the origin. And it's going to have the coordinate 0, 0. So now let's look a little bit more about the coordinates. The coordinates are going to give you the location of a given point. And when we list the coordinates, the x coordinate is always listed first, the y coordinate is always listed second. So as I said, the first quadrant, our coordinates are always going to be positive and positive. The second quadrant, they are going to be negative and then positive. Negative because we head left, positive because we go up. In the third quadrant, they are going to be negative, negative. In the fourth quadrant, it's going to be a positive and then a negative. So again, if you can remember the directions, right is positive, left is negative, up is positive, down is negative, it's going to help you out. Okay. So if I look at a couple points, so let's first graph the point, and I'll call this point A, 3, -4. So whenever we start with finding the points, we always start at the origin, which is 0, 0. So a positive 3 means we are going to move right 3 spots, and then we are going to move down 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So this is the location of point A. Again, we went right because it was a positive 3. We went down because it was a -4. So point B will be the point -3, -6. Again, we are going to start at the origin. Move to the left 3 spots because now it's -1, 2, 3. And down 6 because it's a -6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is going to be point B. Right? I will do point C. But actually, probably C would come next. So point C, let's say 4, 8. So again, start at the origin. It's a positive 4, so we right 1, 2, 3, 4. Move up 8 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there is point C. And then lastly is going to be point D. And let's say it's -3, 7. So we go start the origin again. It's negative, so we go left 1, 2, 3, and up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is kind of the general gist of the coordinate plane. We'll talk more in depth here in the future, but it's just kind of a quick crash course.